What's up guys, Tamrakshan here. This is the all-new Honda Shine 125 BS-6 and this is Honda's first offering for a classic commuter bike in the BS-6 lineup. When Honda launched the SP125, it was much evident there was a classic Shine in the pipeline, and now that we have it, well, one good thing is Honda did keep that old design of the Shine very much alive but made some slight tweaks which does add a bit of polish. But still, from a design point of view, the change is very minor, and that major change lies in the engine, the overall ride quality and comfort. And since the engine is the big update, let's first check this new engine spec, and for the engine capacity, it's a 124cc 4-stroke single-cylinder PGM F5 BS-6 engine. Now the first BS-6 124cc engine from Honda was seen in the SP125, and here I think it's the same engine, but the max torque and power figures has been very slightly changed. It's almost negligible, but still on paper, you can see that very slight difference. Here I did already mention that the big change is with the engine, and now that we have checked its spec, I would like to touch on 3 important points that make this engine a much superior one compared to the old BS4 engine. First, it's the silent start feature. Well, since the change to the BS6 has been going through, what has been a very key highlight with almost every vehicle is the silent start feature. I feel Honda is right at the top in this feature. I mean, you need to experience it to get a feel of how good such a small thing can be, and I feel starting the engine is a first impression, and here you get a great first impression. Now the second big thing here with this engine is that it's a programmed fuel injection engine, and that along with the enhanced smart power technology does provide better performance and also improved mileage. And here about the performance, I did feel the difference, and now this new Shine feels like it's much more powerful and very refined. When you take this Shine for a ride, the smoothness of this engine is just awesome. During the testing, I did notice one thing, which is the power seems to be more evenly laid out with slightly more punch in the first 2 gears. And here, like I said before, since there is performance improvement and also better refinement, the overall ride quality has been improved. For a speed range from 0 to 80, the ride quality was really good. There was literally no vibration or disturbance, and also since there is consistent power delivery, the ride was very enjoyable. It is one of the best bikes for city commutes, and it's mainly because the engine is programmed for that, and also since the overall structure of the bike suits well for traffic rides. Well, long rides are possible, and here since we are touching the long ride part, let's talk about the riding comfort. With this new Shine, like all the other versions of the Shine, the riding posture is perfectly upright with the rider sitting closer to the handle, which is set in the moderate level. Then for the seat, well, this seat is a bit more longer one, but for the width, it's not very big, but the cushioning is nice, and also the structure of the seat does help for a better and easier ground reach. The seat height is on the higher side in spec sheet at 791 mm, but for me, well, it was perfectly fine, and also I didn't experience any problems with the handlebar too. And in case if you're curious, my height is 176 centimeters. So here from a seating point of view, the rider will be comfortable, and actually that's the same thing with the pillion too. Other than the seat being not very wide, since it's long, the rider and the pillion won't be feeling cramped. And all of this combined with the telescopic front suspension and a 5-step adjustable hydraulic rear one, which are both set to moderate stiffness, does provide good comfort even if you ride through bumpy conditions. So it's like if you plan to do daily commutes, you will love it. And also for rides maybe up to 50 km in a stretch, you'll be comfortable in this new Shine. And that's all because of the factors that I mentioned, like improved performance, great refinement, and also good comfort. Now I did mention that with this new PGM-F5 BS-6 engine, there is also a mileage improvement. Well, Honda claims the mileage has been improved by 14% compared to the BS4 Shine, and here from our initial testing, the mileage seems to be very promising. The approx number we got in city condition is 64 km per liter. But like always, it can vary for you because mileage totally depends on the way you ride and also based on riding conditions. And now to the third big thing in the engine side is the 5-speed gearbox used. So yes, finally we have a 5-speed transmission for the standard version of the Shine. This does make a very big difference with your ride, and here this gearbox is a really good one. The shifts are smooth and precise, and I didn't experience any issues during the testing period. But there is a very small thing to note here, which is the way the gear is laid out. It's not the standard pattern, but instead it's an all-up system. For me, the muscle memory is trained for first down and the rest up. Now this is something riders will get used to, but still it's something to mention. So from the engine side, these 3 things, which are again the silent start for the first impression, then the new fuel injection system with enhanced smart power for better performance and mileage, and also the 5-speed gearbox for that added benefit, does show how significant of an upgrade this is for the Shine, especially from the engine side. I totally loved it so far, but that doesn't mean everything is perfect here. Well, for the purpose the Shine is designed, the thing we are going to talk about is not a major thing. And I think you might have guessed what I'm talking about. Well, it's about the tires used here. They are small in thickness, measuring just 80 mm for both the front and rear, and the rim size is 18 inches. I don't have much complaints over this because here this might be done for the purpose of higher mileage and lower cost. Now for daily commutes it won't affect you much, but if you try to stretch it by riding at higher speed in maybe not so dry conditions, the stability is something you have to be careful about. But the next thing here that is done well is actually the brakes. There are two versions available for the Shine, and the one we tested is the top variant. And in that, the front brake is 240mm disc and the rear is 130mm drum. And also, by the way, there is CBS or combi braking system as standard in both variants. And here the braking performance with the version we tested was actually good. For speed below 70km/h, there was no issues. And overall, I feel what it has offered is a standard brake configuration, which is actually not a bad thing. And that standard setup is again followed with the design of the Shine. You might already know that the Shine is Honda's classic style bike, and here this new one keeps that theme very much alive. But still, there are minor tweaks done here. Firstly, from the front, the headlight panel is a simple one with no bells and whistles. But with the visor, we can spot our first change, and that's the newly designed chrome garnish. Instead of it being a flat-out unit, there is slight curves which looks different. Then for the headlight unit, well, this is I guess expected because here this is not LED, but instead it's a halogen bulb. But one silver lining here is that it's a DC headlight, so that inconsistency that we usually jump into with old halogen bulbs is not to be seen here, and for the range and coverage, it's actually good and better than the one in the old Shine. Then for the handlebar, it's a chrome finished U-shaped one with the new set of handy switch controls. I'm happy on that didn't skip here. On the left is the integrated headlight beam and passing switch along with indicator toggle and horn, and on the right side is the engine start-stop switch. It's a very convenient switch because this actually acts like a self-start as well as an engine kill switch. Then for the speedometer used, it's a fully analog one, which is not a very exciting one, but there is very slight freshness here, which to me doesn't make much difference, and also the info shown is very basic. Then for the tank used, well, it's an averagely sized one with actually a familiar graphics. It looks neat and there is this touch of simplicity here with the 3D Honda emblem. And also, by the way, the tank capacity is 10.5 liters. And now coming to the rear section, you're greeted with again a simple taillight with indicators on either side. And for the body colored pillion grab bar, it's a single type one which is a comfortable one to hold. And also talking about the colors available, well, there are 4 options and the one shown in the video is the black one. Then one minor new thing in this design side is the chrome stroke on the side cover. Even though very minor, I think this is much better than the fully chrome section. And finally, the exhaust used here is again the plain old familiar one with chrome protector. So about the design, well, this is like a safe-sided one. Honda didn't touch anything much such that there is a drastic change, but instead they kept it very familiar. And I think it's a good move because here people who like classic design will be happy because of all the great updates basically done internally, and also given the fact that there isn't a very major price hike. The top variant's ex-showroom pricing is approximately 77,174 Indian rupees, and I feel that's not a bad pricing compared to the BS-4 version. And also, by the way, if you're from Kollam, Kerala and you want to know the on-road pricing or maybe do a test ride, you can contact the number shown here. Well, this new Shine launch was not a hyped one, but instead it was like a under-the-radar launch. But here, Honda has actually done a great refresh. This is an update that from the outside looks like a minor touch, but from the inside it's a major one. I think it's more of an offering for people who doesn't prefer the sharp design of the SP125, but did like its new engine. And here Honda has actually offered a bike for such riders. That's all for this video, guys. Hope you liked it. If so, please do hit the like button, and also please do subscribe, and don't forget about the bell icon too. See you again in the next one. Till then, bye, and always ride safe.